In this video, we are building the simplest possible online checkout. You'll learn how to set up payments, create a webhook, and store the purchase data in your database. For this project, we are going to use Next.js as our framework, Creem for payments, and Drizzle plus Neon for our database. The entire project is open source, you have the GitHub repo down below, and what more could you need? Let's go. We are starting from scratch. So first thing we need to do is to initialize a new Next.js project. So I'm running npx create next app latest, and that one is going to create a new Next.js application for us. We are going to name our project Weapon Store because we are going to sell weapons on this landing page. So we are going to use recommended defaults. Those are TypeScript, ESLint, Tailwind CSS, all the good stuff. And now our project is being initialized. There it is, it's done. So we can now go to our weapon store directory, run pm dev. That one is going to run our project on localhost 3000. And now we can open here localhost 3000 and we can see that we have this Next.js landing page. So our project is up and ready. First thing we're going to do now is go to shed.cn. We are going to search for the button component. I just pressed Command plus K, and that one is opening my documentation. I could also press here. So now I'm typing in button, and we are just going to use this pm dlx shed.cn latest add button command, and that one is going to initialize shed.cn for us. So I'm running that one inside of my directory. We need components.json file. Yes, we want to create it. We're going to use Stone theme, and now we are installing all the dependencies that we need for shed.cn, and we are good to go right after this one. So we can now actually open our code with code dot, and that one is going to open my cursor code editor. Here it is. We can see that I need to remove this one. We're not going to use AI for this project. And now we can see here that we added our components.json, and we have our components where we have our button. So we want to go now to our page. I'm going to close everything else, and I want to close this one as well. We don't need this new chat thingy. Let's remove it. There it is. And here inside of our main page, on our landing page, we are going to remove everything and put just here main, and that one is going to be called Weapon Store. So that's the name of our project. We can remove this image as well, and here we can just use AI to put in all the classes and everything. And instead of minimum height screen, I'm going to put just like some padding top 24, let's say it like that, like AI wants. And we can also put a gap, and here below, just under our H1 tag, we are going to put a button, and that button is going to be just some buy button. We can say buy X because we are going to create an X product. Let's check it out now. How does it look? So we are going back to our browser and here to localhost, and we can see that we have our header weapon store and we have buy X button, and that's everything that we need. We are not going to create any fancy landing page for this one right now. So we want to make it functional when we click buy X to go to the page where we can pay, and then when we pay it, when we have success, we need to write it to database and to get some nice message. And for payments, we are going to use Creem. I found it really reliable and so easy to implement. You're going to see now in a couple of seconds. So we are going here to get started. I'm signing in and I'm going to my dashboard. I created my weapon store. So if you want to create your own store, just go to create new store, give it a name, etc. I can show you now here quickly. So you just put in a store name. So you can put there somewhere, store URL, and you create your store. So we are going now into my weapon store, and there we want to create our product. We have here our sword, but we want to create now X. So here I'm going to name it X. Return URL is going to be the URL that your user returns when he buys it. So we are just going to put localhost 3000 for now. Like this. Of course, this should be your own domain if you're putting this one on production. Description should be something like X of destruction. something like that. You can see here your live preview of your product. We can put here image or something like that. I will not put that one now. And it is going to be single payment, and I want it to cost $20. So we have here tax category, if it's a digital good, software as a service, ebook, etc. And it can include tax. So we want it to not include tax because we want that part on users to pay. We don't want to put the product image. Product features, you can here play around, but this one is not needed. So we are just going to create product now. Here it is, we have our X, and now we can go here to the documentation. So we are going on the developers part, we are opening the documentation right here, we want quick start, and we are going to the code integration. So we have here instantly Next.js example, which we need, and we want to install first this Creem.io Next.js dependency. So we are going here to our weapon store, installing Creem.io Next.js. So we need a dependency in order to use it. Then we want to put in our Creem API key inside of our environment directory. So I'm going to create here new .env file inside of our weapon store project. And we are going to get that key later when we are putting in our product. And now we need a checkout API route. We can see here that it needs to be under app API checkout route.ts, and we just need to copy this entire thing. So let's create that one as well. Here inside of our app directory, we are creating API checkout, and inside we are creating route.ts. And I'm just going to copy paste this entire thing. So this is everything that we need for now in order just to go to that payment screen, and we need to put this one on our button. So we are putting in Creem checkout on our landing page where we have our button right here. So it's this one. I'm going to close it right here, and we are just importing it from creem.io.next.js. You can see it right here. And now we just need our Creem API key, and we can get that one from our dashboard right here. We also need here our product ID. So we are putting that one here instead of this one. We have here our product ID for the Creem checkout. And only thing left is the API key. So we are getting that one here from the API and webhooks. And here you can see my API key. You shouldn't share this one with anyone. I'm showing it to you now so I can show you how to implement everything. So I'm putting this one in the env here, and that one is called Creem API key, I think. Yes, it is. So it is good. It's Creem API key, and I'm putting in my key, and you can see here test. This is because we are still in the test environment, and you can get out of test mode right here. You can see we're currently in test, and we want to be in test because we want to test it out if everything is working or not. And that is everything we need. We implemented our payment right here. So now if we click here buy X, we are going to the checkout page, and here we can see that we have X by weapon store. We can here put in our email, card number, and everything, and buy our X. So this one is working. This one is nice. Here we can just use the sandbox card details, like something like this, 31, then here like 1, 2, 3, full name OrcDev, and we can just pay. We need also the email address, so it's like orc@orc.com, and we can now just pay everything. So purchase, and we can now see that we are returning back to our local host when we process our payment, and that is basically everything we need. So we are going to get also, we have here success. We want to create this success page as well, and to show like you paid everything, everything was correct, etc. But we want also to store this purchase inside of our database. Let's create that success page quickly. So here inside of the app directory, I'm creating a new directory called success, and there a new page.tsx. And here we're just going to start typing expo, and we have our awesome AI doing all the things. So we can now just here put in this link. This is everything that we need. Basically, we don't want to make it like something like too fancy. This one is good. Again, this is just like a tutorial how to implement payments, not actual design. So now we can return to home screen from here, and this one is fine. We can just put maybe here instead of this div main and to put in something like this. So it looks just a little bit better, and this is, I think, more than enough for us to do. So now next thing is to save our purchase, and we are going to do it with Drizzle plus Neon. This piece of documentation that you can see right here is pretty old, but it is still the best one for me in order to implement Drizzle and Neon without AI, to say it like that. So everything we need to do is here to add these dependencies. I'm going to add Drizzle ORM and Drizzle Kit, and I also am going to add Neon Database Serverless, this one as well. And thank you, Neon, for sponsoring this video. You are going to see now why Neon is the best one for your database and storing things, because it is so easy to do everything. Everything we need to do is just to go to our Neon and to create there a new database, and I'm doing it just like this, new project, weapon store, and I create it, and that's it. I have my database in the cloud and I can use it however I want. So I have here my connect link. Now again, this thing shouldn't be visible. You are putting this one inside of your env file. So I'm putting it right here as my database URL, and here I'm putting that link. So I'm just going to remove this PSQL thing from here, and now we are good to go. So here we can see that we placed our database URL and we have our connection string. Next thing is to implement Drizzle ORM. So we need drizzle.ts inside of our DB directory. We're going to create that one in our root. So here DB and inside drizzle.ts, and there we're going to paste this thing right here, and we need to declare our schema. So I'm going to copy this one. Schema.ts also goes inside of the DB directory. So there we're going to create schema.ts, and here instead of to do, we are going to call this table purchases. So now we are going to let AI to do its thing. Here we need this timestamp from our Drizzle PG core. We don't need Boolean. So we have ID, product ID, user ID. We don't even need that one. We can put here email instead of user ID, and we have created that. This one is enough. You can put here whatever you want. We just want to make this one to work so we can save our product ID and the person who bought this thing right here. Next thing that we need to do is to put in the Drizzle config file. So this one is going inside of your root directory. So here we are creating new drizzle.config.ts and pasting it right here. Instead of these sources, we are going to delete it because we are putting it inside of the db schema.ts. And now we should be good to go. So let's test it out. I'm just going to run npx drizzle kit push, and we should have our new table inside of our Neon database. Changes applied, so it should be good. Here we are going back to Neon. We're pressing here tables, and there it is. We have our purchases table, and now all the purchases and all the good stuff goes inside of this table. So now everything that we need to do is to save it right after someone buys our nice X that we created. And how are we going to do it? We need to create ourselves a webhook. So we are going here to webhooks on our developers here. So inside of Creem, you go here under developers and then API and webhooks, and we need to create our webhook. So I'm going to create a webhook. I'm going to call it weapon store, something like that. It doesn't matter. So here we are putting in the HTTP localhost 3000, and then we can put just something like X, something like that. I'm not sure if localhost is working here in the webhooks because it needs to be an actual URL, but let's test it out. So we are here leaving everything checked. right here under all event types. And if we try to say webhook, yeah, that is not working. So we need to put in the real URL. I'm going to put orcdev.com and then X because I have this URL right here. So let's try to say, I forgot here 2 dots like this. And now if we save the webhook, this one is actually working. So we can now go to this webhook and we can here see all the events and what is happening inside of our webhook. So when someone buys an X, we should see here an actual webhook and the event which happened. So now we can take our secret key and we need to put it inside of our env file. Let's just check first here in the documentation how we need to call it. So here we are searching for webhooks. We are going right here and we can see that we need to put in, we have the Next.js example right here. So we need to put in the webhook inside of the API, webhook, Creem, and then route.ts. Awesome. So we need to put in just our secret, which is Creem webhook secret. Let's do that one first. So here we are putting in Creem webhook secret. There it is. And I'm just going to paste in the secret that I took there from our Creem dashboard. And now we can just put this one right here. So I'm going to copy this thing. We need to create webhook/Creem inside of our API. So here creating webhook/Creem. And inside route.ts like this, pasting in the entire thing. And we need to import webhook from the Creem IO Next.js. We have on checkout completed. That's basically everything that we need. I'm going to remove this or revoke access and grant access because we want to write inside of our database when we complete our checkout. And here we can see already that AI is adding our Drizzle thing. So here we're going to import this one from Drizzle and this one from the schema purchases. And there it is. We are basically writing in our email, product ID, and created that. This one should be by default just like this. Default now, yeah, it is by default. So we don't need that one. And we are now writing it right after we are making our checkout. So let's test it out. So we are going back to our project and one thing, so this one is not going to work on localhost, but we can see in the dashboard of Creem that we are making that event. So it would work on a real domain, but let's test it out. So here I'm going to put org.org.com. Then here I'm going to put 42424242. So this is a sandbox environment. Putting 03, 32, and 123. Full name, I'm going to put OrcDev, and I'm just going to pay this thing. So now we should be redirected to our success page on our local host because we placed that one inside of our route there for our checkout. There it is, success page. Thank you for your purchase. And now we can go here and refresh this screen. And there it is. Checkout completed, and it is good. Oh, actually, it's 405. It's shooting there the OrcDev thing, but it is not working because I don't have that route there on orcdev.com. But what we have here, we can see inside of our object. So we have here our order with the ID. So we are putting in this ID inside of our database, and we also should have here somewhere the email of our here it is. Customer email. So we are writing this one in our database. Currently, it is not working on localhost, but this one would work on production because we are catching this event and it would just make this insert like the simplest possible way. We are doing the insert directly inside of our database, and we would actually see this one if this was on the orcdev.com/x. And that's how easy it is to sell something online. You don't need AI, you don't need any of those things. Just implement this one literally in 10 minutes and you are good to go. Hope you enjoyed in this video. For more content like this, join the mighty Horde, subscribe.